Hey, what's up everybody? It's Dan with Hip Hops. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to be pairing up Murray's Revenge by Murs 9th Wonder, and I'll be matching that with New World Ale's 86 Kickflip. So stay tuned. I'll play a couple of my favorite tracks off the album and taste test the beer. And if you could like and subscribe, it would help me a lot. Alright, so this is New World Ale's 86 Kickflip. New World Ales is out of San Jose, California. They were founded in 2015 by Mark Denari. And I have done one show with them before. They did a beer for Double K, which is one half of People Under the Stairs. I did do that matchup with the People Under the Stairs album, so you may be familiar with them. Mark seems like a real hip hop head, and these are sort of like one of the great California hip hop groups. And this is a collaboration with the rapper Murs, who's also out of California. You can see here it's got Murs, and then Murs is really into skateboarding. And then this is actually a vegan honey kolsch with maracuja passion fruit, which I think was like from Colombia. It's like 100 gallons of it. I think it's Colombia, South American country somewhere. So Murs is a vegan, so they wanted to do a vegan honey kolsch to be easy drinking. And I do want to note this came out like this is canned in early August. It says best by November 2nd of 2021. So I am definitely over on this. My buddy Jose, who goes by Nostalgic on Instagram, he's got a bunch of projects going on, so check him out. But he hooked me up with this can. I was really late getting over to his house to get it from him, so this is my bad for sure. But yeah, Murs is a vegan, like I said, so they had a special malt that they picked out that's called a honey malt. So there's no animal products in it, but the way that it's roasted, you're not going to get any kind of bitterness or too dark of a coloration, but it's going to give a little bit of extra sweetness like the honey would. All right, so a kolsch is usually a lighter beer, honey colored, you would say. So yeah, this being a little old, it might be a little oxidized. The fruit might have dropped off a little bit, but we're gonna give it a go here. And I feel like I smell the passion fruit right when I opened it. You get a little bit of like that tartness and a little just like tropical fruit note. It doesn't smell old at all, which is really good. And this is a kolsch glass, which some bubbles, so forgive me. The head has a little bit of like it's not pure white, it's like an off-white color, so it's pretty interesting. Could be from the honey malt. Yeah, this is definitely still drinking great. Doesn't taste old at all. It's got fruitiness, and I know that this came out in the summer and it's supposed to be really good for the summer. You could totally see that, but this is drinking really good right now. It's interesting. So it's got the fruit flavor that hits you up front, and a little bit of that tartness from the malt as well as from the passion fruit. But then like a honey would, so it's not, I don't want to say it's a dry beer. It has a little sweetness to it, but it does dry at the end. And that tartness combined with that drying point, which usually you get in honey beer. So somehow they must have, maybe the malt also delivers that characteristic of drying out the back end. But the tartness and that leave you wanting to get more sips of it. Yeah, this is really easy drinking. It's almost got like a tropical tea kind of a note to me, but very good. All right, so Murs is a California rapper. He got his start out, solo and with the group The Living Legends, which you may have heard of. They are a group that consists of, I don't even remember, like 7 or 8 different guys, sort of like a West Coast group that had that kind of underground West Coast sound, like the Hieroglyphics, sort of similar to that if you're familiar with them. But Murs has been in a lot of groups. He has been in Felt, which is a collaboration with Slug, who's the MC from Atmosphere. He's also been in 3 Melancholy Gypsies, and he's in one other group, and I jotted it down here. Melrose, which I'm not really familiar with that one, but Melrose is with blanking on his name right now, but it's more of like an R&B / jazz artist. But this was released in 2006, so I was graduating high school when this was released, and I think I found this when I started undergrad. I went on a big music binge, and I can't remember if it was like early 2006 or late 2006. But this is the second album with 9th Wonder that he did. You can see this is For Never by them. It's the after this one. But Murray's Revenge here. This is Murs on the cover. You got Murs on the back there in like the baseball jersey. Another little tidbit about Murs, I was reading when I was looking at his Wikipedia page, and he got inducted into the Guinness Book of World Records in 2016 because he rapped for 24 hours consecutively on Twitch, I believe it was, which was just a unique little thing. But I really found Murs from this album because I'm a huge Little Brother fan, so I was following everything that 9th Wonder did, as well as Felt. I was a big Atmosphere fan, even like going back to middle school. And when he started collabing with him, I started hearing him on Felt, and I was like, who's this Murs guy? And that got me into Living Legends and a bunch of other stuff with these guys, including a bunch of the other members of Living Legends that I really enjoy still today. So I'm gonna give you a little flavor. 9th Wonder is the producer on this, which I can't remember if I said that, but he's from North Carolina, so you got a little East Coast, West Coast collaboration on this. He does a lot of old soul sampling, so he does a lot of vocal samples and he chops them up. And I always enjoy finding what the original format was of the song, and then how he turns it into a new song for Murs. And this album, it doesn't have any curse words on it. It's a clean album. Murs is what a lot of people call like a backpack rapper. He's talking about life. He likes girls, he likes partying, but he's not gangbanging or talking about anything like that. So he likes to have a good time. But the first song I'm gonna play for you is called Yesterday and Today. And this is a sample of William Bell's Yesterday I Lied, Today I Cried. And you can see kind of how 9th Wonder flipped this, and then listen to sort of how Murs' flow goes, and see that this one he's rapping about how he got in trouble when he was younger, and he's just sort of like overcoming that and sort of like growing out of that as an adult and a father, and working your 9 to 5, and just sort of like what you have to do to get through the day.
No man, and tomorrow's not promised, so if she's still alive, shoot a call to your mama, cause the fighting and the drama is just not worth it. Nobody's perfect, ain't none of us worthless. We all got a place, and we all got a purpose. Now I'm not taking out a Sunday service, but you clap your hands as you stand up and work it like your grandmama used to do that fan down at worship. Spread it, pop it, wave it in my face, put your hands around your waist, let me rock it to the bass like the most hated. I thought I couldn't take it, they said I couldn't.
All right, so that was Yesterday and Today. The next one I'm gonna play for you is L.A. or L.A., which is Mighty Diamonds sample. The song's called Atlas, and that's a reggae group, which I wasn't really familiar with, but you can see how he turns that one into this. And this is just an ode to L.A., which is, he's from Mid-City, and it talks about, like what growing up in L.A., what it is if you're like a tourist when you go there, and just sort of how nobody like really loves it, but you have to like go there once, and it's sort of like the influence that LA's had on the world. Alright, so that was LA. The last one I'm gonna play for you is called Dream Chaser. And this one is it's like a deeper meaning, like a storytelling. And it's about a young kid and the pressures of growing up in the hood, and how there's a line in here that says like, we chase money because we're too afraid to chase dreams. And that line just like is pretty powerful. And it goes from this young kid who's watching his like older brother or maybe his cousin, I forget, but somebody in his family who's involved in the drug dealing and the gangs, and he's been in jail, he's been shot, he's got all this stuff going on, and sort of how he sort of idolizes him because he sees everywhere he goes that he's like so, you know, feared and respected in the community, and he's got girls and he's got a nice car and stuff like that. And so how he wants to be like him, and it evolves over him sort of like filling in that older relative's shoes, and then ends with him getting shot on his porch just hanging out because somebody from a different gang was trying to get credit. But it's a powerful song. It's really good storytelling on this one. Again, it's called Dream Chaser, and this is a sample of William Hutch, A Love That's Worth Having. And if you want to check out, there's a website called Who Sampled, and that's sort of like where I can find what the sample is and like where the sample is located in the songs, and it's a pretty cool little website. But yeah, this is Dream Chaser.
Why they always run when they see me in the streets? Known to beat them down straight, take that heat. What about the police, man? Even they scared when I see her hit the block. I put a 2 in the air. Got my mama scared of me, and she's the only woman that would ever dare to love me. Respect from my peers on a set 10 years. Gonna fight, so I hide my regrets and my fears. On the front porch buzzing, hot is probably why I didn't even see him coming. 5 rounds to the chest, now I'm fighting for my life. Cause some fool from the other side wanted stripes.
Alright, so that's 3 of my favorite songs. This is a great album to get into Murs, and if you like 9th Wonder and you like his style of sampling, you're gonna love this album. Inside has a sleeve here with the lyrics on it, and then on this side it's just got a picture of Murs underneath like a bridge or something like that, or a pier. And it opens on the top, which is like an interesting thing. The vinyl itself, I should have showed this earlier, but it's just black vinyl with a white inner label. So yeah, that's Murs 9th Wonder, New World Ales, in the collaboration. Vegan honey kolsch with passion fruit, delicious beer. Makes me want to go to a beautiful tropical getaway. It's like under 10 degrees. Feels like temperature here in Chicago right now. It's supposed to get a little more snow tomorrow. So here's to drinking tropical and hoping for the spring to come soon. Until next time, listen to some new music and drink some new beer. Cheers.